Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivasamarambam Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shrimahans, Mahans, Tanedar, Kotaris, visitors, viewers, everyone sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. I welcome all of you with my love and respect. Today's subject for the webinar, Tyaga of Guru Tattva. Let me define Tyaga using conscious decision-making power to give great breakthroughs to your DNA's natural selection process and make your DNA take a quantum jump to the next level is Tyaga. Listen, I'll repeat. For example, if you decide to sacrifice taste, eat only for keeping the body alive, energetic. Just decide, let me sacrifice taste, I tell you. Please understand the statement I am making is a real truth. Your very DNA learns to live with a natural, renewable energies like air, sun rays. It starts producing starch and energy, converting the sugar to energy directly from the space. Please understand. Digesting, converting sugar into energy, that whole process, that mechanism, that DNA is same in tree and you. What I am talking is not only from the Vedas and Agamas, Shastra Pramana, it is even from Pratyaksha Pramana, science, and from my own Atma Pramana. Understand? When I decided to sacrifice taste, start living on begged food, that is the best way to sacrifice taste. Because when you beg and eat, nobody is going to give you for your taste. They are going to give you only for your stomach. Means for your survival. And you can't choose. What is offered, you are going to eat. I tell you. Any person lives by begging, lives longer than any fellow who is given the food freely as he wants. I challenge and I guarantee this statement I am making is truth. The person who is given the free choice and free supply of food and the person who lives by begging, I guarantee the person who lives by begging at least lives as twice. A person who renounces taste, lives by begging, who does not have a choice, who eats what is offered, lives at least as twice as possible, as twice as the fellow who is given free food as he wants, when he wants, delivered on his table. Listen, When the taste is sacrificed, your body starts developing, your DNA starts developing subtle capabilities to live not only with minimum food, with a renewable energy. So naturally, you go on renewing the source for your existence. I tell you, food is the worst, last way of recharging your body. The best way of recharging your body, I tell you, best way of renewing your body, energizing, is sweet visualization. The moment you wake up from the bed, sit and celebrate the sweetest visualizations of your life. The bhava you established with your God and Guru, celebrate and enjoy, fantasize for few minutes. I tell you, bhava is the most powerful, best way of rejuvenating your body. That is the best source of energy to make yourself energetic. The second is mantra. Third is pranayama. Fourth is liquid. Last only is solid diet. Never non-vegetarian or diet with chemical products. The best way to recharge yourself, rejuvenate yourself, most sweetest, intimate visualizations. If you feel you neither have Guru nor have God, even loving memories with your spouse or with your boyfriend or girlfriend is okay. That's the next level, but that is okay. Second way of rejuvenating the system is powerful words, verbalizations, mantra chanting. Third, pranayama, breathing, the restrained, controlled, trained breathing. I tell you, every time you hold the prana and do the kumbhaka, your DNA gets the breakthrough. It starts learning to survive. It develops multiple abilities and capabilities. Understand how one cell started going through the mutation process with a natural selection, started recognizing the sunlight, then started recognizing colors, then started seeing visuals and evolved as I. Same way, every time you do pranayama, your internal organs goes through a powerful quantum breakthrough in the natural selection process of your DNA. Fourth way of rejuvenating yourself is liquids. Last is only solid. So, I tell you, when I started dropping the idea of taste, the best life I have ever had in my life is the time I begged and ate. Most healthiest period of my life is when I was begging and eating. And now I have decided to almost drastically reduce the food intake. Last few months, very rarely a full meal. I brought it down at least my food intake to 10%. Increase the liquid and the solid quantity is brought down to 10%. I tell you, I can see that whole DNA getting awakened to the next level, that whole the natural selection process going through such quantum leap. And I am telling you, in every level you do tyaga. Start sleeping under the sky. Reduce the thickness of your mattress. Start living with minimal clothes. Slowly. Don't try wildly if you are in a 0-degree country and try to be without clothes. Don't do something stupid. But slowly supporting the natural selection process of your DNA to have a quantum jump. Tyaga, conscious decision helps like anything. In every level, tyaga makes your DNA take a quantum jump. And same way, I tell you, when your body is filled with sexual hormones, especially when your body is getting sexually matured between 14 to 21, if you do the tyaga of sex, between 14 to 21, renounce sex, I tell you, you will build the best body and mind, and the kind of the natural selection process your DNA will go through and the kind of a system you will build, oh God, you will have an amazing capacity to receive information, process and make decision. Something called the Meda Buddhi gets awakened in your system. Brain develops some most subtle grooves which receives information from multiple directions, processes them and reveals the reality and gives you the decisions, I tell you. Anyone renounces sex and sexual fantasies between 14 to 21. I am not saying renounce for your whole life, no. I am only saying at least 14 to 21. Renounce. Your DNA will go through its natural selection process with a quantum jump. It knows what kind of a jump it need to take, especially the cognition with which you sacrifice sex. That powerful cognition will attract multiple powerful cognitions from cosmos and insert all of that powerful conscious decision making in your cognition, in your conscious decision making system. You will create such an amazing body. That is why celibacy between 14 to 21 is called science of living like God, Brahmacharya. Science of living like God. After 21, I am telling you, till 60 give birth. 3 kids per 2 years. Need to give more birth. I am not saying be celibate forever. But this 14 to 21, when that whole gushing happens, you see, your internal organ, intra-organ, everything develops the way it is going to respond. That it's almost like your inner software gets written. That 7 years. During that time, tyaga of sex does something extraordinary to your body, internal organ, intra-organ, and superconsciousness. In every level, the tyaga, actually tyaga is not moral lesson. It is a scientific lesson. In my Gurukul, Tyaga should be added under the classification of science, not moral. It's a science of living, not morals of living. No. The best body, best mind, you manifest with Tyaga. When I say wake up in Brahma Muhurta, 4:30 to 6, if you give up your sleep, that Tyaga makes your DNA develop in the natural selection process. Take a quantum jump, which will make your brain never fall into coma. You will be alive and aware even when you go into dream, deep sleep, and even when you leave the body. Ichcha mrityutva. The death by will given to you if you wake up in Brahma Muhurta. Anybody wakes up in Brahma Muhurta, eats sun's energy, Surya Karanas. The gift of sun is the early morning sunrise time, the energy he gives and the light he showers. Whoever wakes up in the Brahma Muhurta and eats that sun's gift is given Ichcha Mrityutva. Understand? Between 7 to 14, body develops. Unfortunately, nowadays, even by 10, boys and girls become physically matured. So when I say 14 to 21, I meant in those days. If I have to precisely tell from the time you are physically matured to 21, that's the way I should put it. Because nowadays kids become physically matured due to the altered food and various reasons and social pressure to become sexually active, all that stupidity. By 10, they become sexually mature. From the time you become sexually matured till 21, every time you sacrifice the pleasure and visualization of sexual experience in multiple level. Not only not allowing the pleasure, not allowing the fantasy, not allowing the pornography being fed into your system. If you just do Tyaga of sex completely, every time you renounce, do Tyaga, your DNA in the natural selection process takes a quantum jump and selects next level. That develops kind of a very powerful ability to cognize the existence, because the sexual hormones are the most powerful hormones. When you are able to do Tyaga of the instincts invoked in you by the sexual hormones, you develop certain energy, strength, grooves in your brain and the whole system, which is beyond normal survival, multiplication, instinct-based existence. See, unfortunately, this survival and reproduction, this instinct-based existence is an animalistic existence. It is the Tyaga you do at that time makes you divine. After 21, give birth 2 kids per year or 3. Understand? I am not saying be celibate for whole year, whole life. I'm saying be celibate just between the time you become physically mature to 21. That does a very powerful transformation. It gives you the maturity to handle relationships. You become responsible for the other person being. You will not be silly exploiting in your relationship. I tell you, whenever you exploit the other person in your relationship, it looks so silly. How long you think you can hide this silliness? Everyone is silly enough to realize others are silly. So you can't hide your silliness if you be silly. Stupid. Just realize being royal, elite, matured is the only way to exist. I can see very clearly these people who are not active in enriching and causing, even in my Sangha, they destroy their life because then you try to become like, see, if you don't become lion, you become a fox. When you don't deliver, you start getting all the techniques and ideas and methodology how to cheat, how to lie. Then naturally, Kalabhairava doesn't let you survive, let you live in Kailash and you run away. That's it. Because Kailash is the place guarded by Kalabhairava only for the elite and matured souls can live in Kailash. Tyaga matures your soul, your existence. Every level, I tell you, celibacy between the physical maturity time and 21 really matures your system, that body. The system with which you are going to live your whole life. Building the system with which you are going to live your whole life is done when you have the tyaga between the physical maturity to 21. And I tell you, most authentic, best way to run a Gurukul is every day the kids should go for Unjavritti. Collect, come back, cook that and share and eat. Unfortunately now in India you cannot practice Hinduism. That's the problem. Otherwise, if I am given complete freedom, I will give golden thrones for my kids to sit and meditate and do puja or sit and teach this great science to the world. But I will tell them, go every day for morning for Bhiksha, come back and eat that. Golden throne is different. Asking them to eat is, beg and eat is different. I tell you, when they beg and cook and eat and live with that, they develop the quality such they are ready to sit in the golden throne and teach this science to the whole world. When I have a place where Hinduism has social and religious political legitimacy, all the Gurukul kids every morning after the puja and satsang will go around and have Madhugari Bhiksha, come and cook what was offered, renounce the idea of taste and mix the whole thing, share with all the kids and eat. That is the best way of building the DNA. Where you cannot plan for your meal. You know, food will be given for your survival, for your rejuvenation, not for your tongue. I tell you. Fortunately, I had amazing mother who loved my real purpose and who loved my soul, not stupidly pampering the body and destroying the DNA. She loved my soul. She always listened to my gurus. From the beginning, that idea of taste never was part of my life. Whatever was given, food is for stomach, that's it. I tell you, if a kid is brought up in this way till 21, he will be literally like a Shiva, Rudra, Kala Bhairava, incarnation, little Paramashiva, sweet, cute little Paramashiva. Because the best body, best internal organ, best intra organ, best consciousness, the kid will be carrying. So when I get social, cultural, political legitimacy to practice Hinduism in some place, in that place the Gurukul will be like this only. Kids will be made to understand scientifically, experientially, they will be taught. When you deny sexual instincts gushing in your system and do tyaga, see what happens to your DNA, how the DNA's natural selection process takes a quantum jump and develops the most subtle, powerful grooves to receive and process and cognize information. I'll scientifically demonstrate it to them and make them understand and do the tyaga. In every, understand, when I say reduce the quantity of food and sacrifice taste, that's the best way to live long. It's not that I am talking only about Shastra Pramana, Vedas and Agamas, which you all feel, sorry, not you all, this hate speech, Hindu-phobic idiots feel outdated, old, backward. No, modern day science says whenever they put people in fasting, controlled fasting, supported fasting, they are living long time. All Hindu religious fasting is supported fasting, controlled fasting, not denial of food, but supporting your DNA to rejuvenate itself. I tell you, when the DNA learns and does the natural selection process and takes a quantum jump and starts rejuvenating, recharging itself from the space, air, water and fire elements, it starts not only living healthy life, it lives for a long time. Because these are renewable energies continuously available. With food, always there will be side effects. Beautifully, great saint Tiruvalluvanayanar says, he is one of the Shaiva saints. His book was, Tirukural was part of Shaivite literature. He was culturally raped by the atheist terrorists of Tamil Nadu, and his identity was stolen, and he was put to controversy and shown as if he doesn't belong to Hinduism. As usual, when you can't deny something best Hinduism has, steal it, snatch it away, culturally rape it, and present it in some confused way. The atheist terrorists' great strategy. And he says beautifully, Thiruvalluvar, மருந்தென வேண்டாவாம் யாக்கைக்கு அருந்தியது அற்றது போற்றி உனின். Your body does not need any medicine. If you eat only after confirming that whatever you ate, everything has left your system. One meal if you take, it takes 3 days for it to completely leave your system. So one meal in 3 days, best way to live. Scientific American magazine elaborately describes how intermittent fasting might help you live a longer and healthier life. Not only it is Apta Pramana of the great saint Thiruvalluvar, it is also Pratyaksha Pramana of Scientific American Journal. I tell you, in every level, Tyaga, whether the kind of a luxurious lifestyle product, food, or sexual needs, in every level, the Tyaga makes your DNA's natural selection process take a quantum jump and makes you evolve as Paramashiva. Do not think Tyaga is moral science. It is life science. It is life science. Practicing Tyaga is equivalent to living in the physical presence of Guru. If somebody practices Tyaga in every dimension, you are already living in my physical presence. You are having the quantum jump in the natural selection process of your DNA. Tyaga was lifestyle of elite in Hindu tradition. The elite cream of the society, Brahmanas, lived as Tyagis. They don't own property. They live by Unjavritti, means everyday begging, Madhugari Bhiksha. Like how the bee goes to every bird, every flower and collects honey, like that, going to every home and collecting food is called Madhugari Bhiksha. Means idea of taste is not only denied, forgotten. You collect everything, come and mix, cook, and share with all the people who are living with you and the animals who are living with you, and eat. Of course, offer it to Lord and Paramashiva, make that as a prasadam and eat. If I get some country, social and political legitimacy to run a Gurukul, I will run a Gurukul exactly like this. Because I know the benefit of it. This is not to spend money on the kids, no. But to make best DNA for the kids. Making the best body and mind for them. I tell you, in every level, Tyaga. Makes your DNA's natural selection process take a quantum jump and raise you to the level of manifesting state, space, powers, being and superconsciousness of Paramashiva. Essence of today's satsang is Tyaga is Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva is Tyaga. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.